Kiev has been preparing a strike since the end of autumn, but each time it postpones it for a couple of months. And now, judging by the publications in the Western and Ukrainian media, the decisive spring battles have been moved to the summer. What is the reason for this? Waiting for a miracle, according to the forecast of former CIA director and ex-commander of US and NATO forces in Afghanistan David Petraeus, Ukraine will launch a counteroffensive in late May, early June. He believes that the blow will be very strong and will allow cutting the land corridor to the Crimea. Politico reported on two directions: to the Crimea and from the north to the Donbass. In any case, the APU will start moving in May, the article says. Estonian Defense Minister Hanno Pevkura reminded about the weather. In the spring, the Ukrainians were prevented by rains. The Bild newspaper, citing leading NATO analysts, warned that everything will be decided in the next 6 months. The main battles will unfold in the LPR and the Zaporozhye region, according to the German edition. Active actions have been expected from Kiev for a long time. The Financial Times wrote back in December that the exhaustion of the Ukrainian armed forces deprived Ukraine of any chance of success in the winter campaign. It was necessary to replenish the arsenals and man new units. History repeats itself. In an April interview with Elpaz, the commander of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kharkiv region, Sergei Melnik, acknowledged the difficult situation of the Ukrainian army. There are not enough equipment and people, first of all well-trained. Personnel units suffered heavy losses. At the same time, Melnik tried to convince the journalist that there was no forced mobilization, all the fighters were volunteers. Meanwhile, men are prohibited from traveling abroad. Summonses to the military enlistment office are handed anywhere. CNN believes that even the strengthening of Western tanks will not lead to an immediate turning point in the course of hostilities. Firstly, Ukrainians need to learn how to drive cars. Secondly, it is difficult to establish a full-fledged maintenance. The head of the Pentagon's Chiefs of Staff Committee, Mark Milley, urged Kiev not to perceive American tanks as a silver bullet. According to him, the M1 Abrams is the best combat vehicle in the world, but it will not be possible to win with its help alone.